Do not fall over. Do not. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Jewel Renee. This is the Jewel Box where we drop jewels for you every day. So we're going to go ahead and get into the jewel of the day. All right. So, all my life, I have never had a problem with my weight. Okay. And what I mean by that is, if I felt like I was a little bit too heavy, I always, had my little methods of dropping weight and getting down to the size that I want to be. If I felt like I needed to gain a little bit of weight, same thing. I've always been in control of that. And I know, once you get a little bit older, that your metabolism starts to kind of slow down, and you can't eat all those things you used to eat when you were a little bit younger, and you can't do all the same things that you used to do. Completely aware of that. But still, even as I've grown older, I've always been able to be under control of that. So recently, I noticed that I started to gain weight. And it was like literally, it felt like overnight. I gained so much weight, I had just went out and bought a bunch of underwear, and I bought a bunch of jeans, and I had been maintaining a size 6 for a minute, to the point where, just the freedom of being able to go into the store and pick out something that's a size 6 and leave and not even have to try it on. I had been enjoying that. So this thing makes me look super huge, but if I tilt it over anymore, it's gonna fall. So anyway, so yeah, and then it was like I woke up one morning and I couldn't fit anything, and usually when you gain just a little bit of weight, sometimes your weight is going to fluctuate up and down, at least 5 pounds or so, based on what you eat and how active you are, how much water your body is holding on to. So, but this was to the point where, even when you do that, you can still fit your underwear. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't fit my underwear. The jeans that I had just bought, I couldn't fit those. And I literally had to go out and buy a couple of new pieces because I couldn't fit anything. And it wasn't like I was swole. Everything was still in shape, like still, what do you call it? Coke bottle or whatever. But it was just like I kind of blew up, like big boobs, big butt, just juicy, just extra juicy for no reason. And I'm like, what is going on? I can't be pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I'm way and far beyond pregnancy years, and I've had things done to ensure that I don't get pregnant, but I was feeling very pregnant. I was having morning sickness. I already really have a keen, sensitive smell, sense of smell, or however you say it, but it was like it was multiplied. It was like I was having all of these symptoms of being pregnant. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? To the point where I was really thinking about going ahead and getting me a pregnancy test, because that's what usually happens when you get pregnant. Your boobs get bigger. You get juicier, you get chunkier. You begin to smell things. And some certain smells will bother you, You begin to crave certain things. You may have a little bit of heartburn, a little bit of indigestion. And it's just like as soon as you empty your stomach immediately starts growling, and you feel like you have to eat more. That's why, you hear pregnant women say, I'm eating for 2, because you might not even be hungry, but your stomach is growling like you're hungry, so you just eat because, that is what you do when you feel hungry. So anyway, I started to think, okay, before I do this, what have I been doing differently? Have I been eating more? And I felt like, yeah, I've been eating a little bit more maybe, but that's because of how I've been feeling. And I just kind of had to think, what have I changed? why am I gaining weight? So I went ahead and I joined the gym and everything. Like, I'm serious about this because for me, I'm a really small person, you know. I'm not the shortest. I'm 5'4". But I have noticed in the past that if I get over a certain weight, I feel uncomfortable. It begins to get hard to breathe, you know, and your thighs rub together. I don't like that. You know, just I'm not comfortable being heavy. I'm already naturally kind of thick, you know, but I'm already naturally muscular, maybe I should say. Doesn't take me a long time to, like, I could do a couple of curls right now and my guns would be popped up, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah, I began to investigate what have I been doing differently. And I said, well, I have been going out to have drinks a little bit more often because it's been a lot of, you know, celebratory circumstances around me. Christmas passed, or Thanksgiving, yeah, Christmas. I had a birthday recently. My son had a birthday recently. Then we had Valentine's Day. I had my anniversary. And, you know, just reasons to celebrate. And I can't really drink, you know. As I've gotten older, I have noticed that it really hurts if I drink alcohol. You know, I can do beer, but I don't prefer beer because I don't really like the way it tastes. But I had, you know, just noticed over maybe the past 10 or so years that when I drink, the next day I feel horrible. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be nothing but one drink. It's just like it really started affecting me in a way to where I couldn't really drink. So then I thought, okay, well, if I'm going out and everybody's having drinks and I want to have one too, what can I drink that's not going to make me feel bad? And so I went straight to White Russian. So been drinking a lot of White Russians lately. Not a lot like every day or anything like that, but just more often than usual. And you know, one of the key ingredients of a White Russian is cream. And so I was like, could it be the cream? You know, is it the milk? And then I started doing a little bit of investigation and come to find out, yes, milk is packed with estrogen, cream. And this was the culprit of me blowing up so quickly. I mean, literally overnight, you guys, like, over at least a few days, I went from being my nice, small, tiny self to uncomfortable, can't get comfortable in the bed because I can't breathe. I couldn't fit none of my bras, couldn't fit none of my underwear, couldn't fit none of my clothes. It was just like shocking to the point where it made me feel like I was pregnant. And you know, even if you have been, I remember back in the day when I had my first child, after that, they put me on, you know, certain programs, they will say, okay, you have these 3 options of how you want to, if you want birth control. And so, you know, I never would want that implant thing or, you know, anything like that. So I tried the birth control pills once. And, you know, by the end of that week, I was like, I can't mess with these birth control pills because it's actually packed with estrogen, and estrogen makes your body think it's pregnant so that you won't get pregnant. And I'm like, who wants to walk around feeling like they're pregnant if they're not pregnant just to not get pregnant? You know how insane, crazy people, how crazy a pregnant woman can be, you know what I'm saying? Just about certain things. It's due to the hormones. It's due to the estrogen. So, if you're having issues losing weight and you've tried everything and you notice that you have a lot of milk or cream or dairy products in your diet, you might want to curve back on that, and you'll probably begin to drop weight immediately without doing a whole lot, because you are, you know, once you give those hormones a chance to filter through your system. So yeah, I have I stopped drinking the White Russians altogether, and then I was like, okay, well, I can get me some almond milk. So, you know, if you do like milk a lot, there are alternatives to drinking milk from a cow. But yeah, man, I mean, it was to the point where I would be winded going up the stairs and just having trouble breathing because my stomach is pressed up against, I don't know. I have a tiny frame. There's not a whole lot of room for a bunch of stuff, you know, in order for me to feel comfortable walking around in my clothes and just breathing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you're trying to lose weight and you're drinking a lot of milk, cut out the milk. On the other hand, if you are tiny and you feel like, okay, I don't have no boobs, I need boobs, and I got a flat butt, I would love to have a butt. Before you go buy a booty pop, before you go and get injections, start drinking some milk and see what happens. Your everything gonna blow up, for real. All right, so that's the jewel of the day. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Later.